All right. Hello. So this is update what, number 3? I think? Yeah, number 3 of my Spore critters. So I'm gonna go off through the entire list of them, starting with this guy, the Alpha Anthor Apex. Right. I'm gonna hide the screen. Okay. Okay. And next up is the Brenthal Brute. This motherfucker, dude, he's huge. Go through 60 of them. I'm not going to be saying much about them. I'm just going to be showcasing them. Alright, and then next... Gotta wait for the textures to load. Oh. There we go. The Homunculi commander. Pretty cool. On to the next. Alright, this is the Cronkus. Related to the Homunculi. Alright, and this is the Juglopper. He's just a little guy. He's pretty small, but... He is silly. Alright, and then... Oops, click the wrong one. I'm just going in alphabetical order, so you might see some different versions of different ones later on. This is a Dern Teepler. So fucked up with him. Alright. Next is the Dern Teepler Demolisher. Yep. Alright, and next is the early generation Alpha Anthor. So this is them first coming out the water. was the alpha version, and this is the regular version. Pretty similar. Alright, and then we got the early generation Zunkalitar. The little guy who I made. Not much to him. Okay. Next up, we have the Enquirer. Very tall, lanky little guy. Alright, and next up we have the Enquirer Executioner. Food mode, thank you. So yeah, he's a bit more bulky. Strong. Zelda! Come on. Zelda! Zelda! Come here, baby. Sorry, my cat is trying to come in. Come here. Hold up. Zelda! Come on, Zelda. Zelda. Come up here. Alright. Next up, we got the female Churdward. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And next up we have the female Crinklegart. And then next up we have... Ooh, yes. The female Hunzo-Jard. That's a pretty simple one. Alright. And then next up we have... Oh yeah, this guy. Friend. He is friend. Friend. He's so happy and so bulk. Ooh, this is a good one. Here's a frog. Alright, and next up we got a big guy. Tall guy, I should say. We got a Homunculi. Homunculi. And the more advanced version of the Homunculi. We got the Homunculi Fiend. Alright, next up is... Oh, yes. Alright. We got the Garfaloid. And then the stronger version. Okay. The Garfaloid Gladiator. Alright. And then it shall be, ooh, a variant of something we've seen already. A gold Drew Glopper. Okay. And then a variant of a thing we haven't seen yet, so we're seeing the variant first, I guess. A gold toad. A toad. Whoa, damn. Thank you. So this is like the frog, but it's a toad. Alright, and then we got oops, I almost just okay. We have a Gorm. Not much to him, he's just a green worm, hence the name Gorm. And then we got Jonkle Uncle. Not much to this big guy, but he's there, he exists. Alright, next up, we got Jorglonzer. This little guy. And then... Ooh, this is a cool one. I like this one. We got a Clubbird. Okay. And then a distant relative of the Drooglopper. This is a Chrysotile. Alright, now we're getting into some evolutionary versions of some of the previously seen ones. Here's a late generation Alpha Amphora. Here's one of the later generations. He has a little electric node with the crystal. And then... hurry up. Alright. And then his regular version, the non-alpha one, the regular late generation Anthor. Pretty similar, pretty similar. Ooh, and then we have late generation Brenthal. Brenthal, my bad. And then we have the late generation Homunculi. And then we have the late generation Zunklitar. Pretty neat. Also, I'm blacking out the screen so there's no spoilers. And we have the male Trigglord. Alright. Then we got the male Crinklegart. Oh, wait. Okay. Then we got the male Hunzojard. Come on. Male Hunzojard. Okay. Alright, now we're getting into some more evolutionary versions. We're getting into the marine generations. So this is the Alpha Anthor, where it first developed its electric node. Where it just first developed in general. got the regular one. The marine generation, a lot smaller, as you can see. Hold on one second. Okay. And then we got the marine generation Brenthral. All right, and then we got the marine generation Homunculi. And then we're on to the middle generation, so the mid-gens. Here's the mid-gen Alpha Amphor. Started to gain its flesh. And here's the regular mid-gen Amphor. Okay. Here is mid-gen Brenthral. And then we got, we're almost done, mid-gen Homunculi. Alright, my bad. And then, oh my god. And then we have the mid-gen Zonklitar. Just a little guy. Okay. And then this one kind of has a funny name. This is Mingus Reedus. Real guy, by the way. Norman Reedus' son is named Mingus Reedus. Named after him. And then we have... And we have Mini Gorm. He's adorable. And then we got... Ooh. That's a good one. Got a mutated Gorm. Okay. And then we got... Warlob. Okay. Alright, he was that fucked up. And then we got a Ruby Drew Glopper. Great. Only a couple left. Okay, this is a... I don't even know how to pronounce it. Skirtler. Skirtler. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, and then we got... Schlonkus the Shoink. Pretty cool. And then we got a Soldier Anthor. Alright. And then we got a Sorghum. Funny little guy. And then we got a couple more. This is a Sworn Noglin. He did not make it far evolutionary wise. Then we got a Tote. Remember the golden Tote we saw earlier? Hurry up! And then we got Tribal Warrior Anthor.
Oh.
And then 3 more. Verg Troopler. This funny little guy. And then we got a Woo Globber. Woo Gobbler. Sad little guy. And last but not least, we have a Zarfin. Alright. Thank y'all for watching. That was my Spore Critter Update. Abominations. You know what I'm trying to say. Well, my Spore this has been my Spore Abominations, Homunculi, Critters, and Creatures Update number 3. Oh, bye.